Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Um, I wanted to put out a little video just to talk about a little bit about, you know, what's been going on and everything with me with my weight loss journey. So, happy 2025. My 2025 so far, we're only on now January 15th, ending January 14th. It's the middle of the night or early morning, however you want to look at it. Um, it has been a crazy time for me. My previous video, I was talking about being a relapsed people pleaser. I've had some revelations about my previous relationship. And unfortunately, what is going on with me in that regard, it's affecting me in so many different ways that it's very difficult to just do straight weight loss talk. You know what I mean? Um that being said, at this time, my ex and I are getting along. Um when futuristically, I'm going to talk about what this past holiday was like because I actually celebrated it with my ex, his mom, and my stepson, um, and as well as, of course, our daughter and my mother. We had our families had gotten together and everything and celebrated the holidays together. And I'm interested in discussing that, but just not right now. So I'll just say, I've had a lot on my plate, no pun intended. And I'm just going to jump into the weight loss conversation really quickly. 2024 was an interesting year for me. I saw a lot of people trash 2024 and say what a horrible year it was for them. I didn't feel like it was a horrible year for me, despite the fact that I lost my longtime partner. I didn't feel like it was a horrible year for me. It was just an interesting year, a year of lessons and growth and sometimes falling on my face. I don't know, but I don't think of it as a bad year. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I think I had bad things that happened to me in that year, but I don't think of the whole year as a bad year, if that makes any sense. And I'm hoping 2025 shapes into a really good year. We're off to a very slow start, though, because as I mentioned, I've just been going through a lot of things emotionally, and I'm reeling from the holidays, weight gain. So, on that note, I am 304.5 as of January 14th, 2025. The lowest I've been is 298.7, which I got down to famously on Thanksgiving. I say famously because it's just really funny that happened for me on Thanksgiving. And that was my first time being under 300 pounds since early to mid 2024. Or not 2024, my bad, 2021. So that was really cool to hit that number on Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, since then, it's been very difficult to get back under 300 pounds. If you do the math, I'm a little less than 6 pounds up, I want to say, right? Something like that. Anyway, I have a friend who's also losing weight. Actually, a couple of friends, but one new friend losing weight, or old friend, but who's new to the weight loss game at this time. She's doing it as a competition with her job, and she was saying to me earlier, oh, we're in this together, we can do this together kind of thing. I was like, oh, that's sweet. She doesn't have as far to go as I do, of course, but doesn't mean we can't lose weight together, so we've talked about doing virtual walks and stuff. I have another friend who very famously I'm losing weight with, shout out Jay, hey girl. Anyway, um, I was even thinking about doing a Facebook group possibly, but I'm thinking, do we really need that right now? I mean, does anybody need that from me right now? You know, am I really in a space to do that? Probably not. So, not using a filter, so you won't see any lips on my hand or anything. Anyway, as usual, I'm always doing these in the middle of the night, so that's why I'm yawning. Sorry. I had this one video where I could not stop yawning, and I'm just like, I'm not going to post that video. It's terrible because I just, kept yawning. I was so exhausted, and it was like 5 something in the morning when I did it. I'm a night owl, but I still get tired in the middle of the night, so, Anyway, so yeah, 304.5 is my 2025 starting weight. And my goals are, I'd like to get to 269.8 by, I'll say May 15th. I hope to hit that number. So a good 4 months. Okay. I'd hope to hit that number by May 15th. And this year, I hope to get down to 229 this entire year. If it takes me the whole damn year to do it, that's cool, but I hope to hit that number. So fingers crossed, 229.8 is fine by me, but I just would love to get under 230 this year, so we will see. I do plan on incorporating exercise. I know for me, exercise has definitely been missing. And also, my eating has been very poor for the past several months. I've talked about that. It's not that I haven't had any good days, but I'm debating. I'm like, good days to bad days ratio, I can't tell you. I think I've had more bad days than good days, or at least neutral to bad days more so than really good days. So that's why my weight loss has been so modest. Speaking of, so at the beginning of 2024, I want to say I was something like 319 point something. I know that at one of the numbers I saw was 317, and at another time I saw 319. Well, to have lost over 10 pounds, 10 to 15 pounds or so in that time, even though it's extremely modest, like we're not going to pretend like that's not extremely modest weight loss, that's still a blessing compared to, for someone of my size, compared to me, say, staying the same or gaining that weight. So that's how I tend to look at it. So I still feel very grateful to be down. But I definitely want to pick up the pace this year and run in the direction of my goals. So there you go. As something cool that I did last year, I want to share a couple of, if you want to call them non-scale victories that I did. Actually, one of them happened this year, and I think the previous thing happened last year, I'm pretty sure. So, in fact, I know it did because my stepson wasn't around. So, last year, the cool thing that I did was we take our daughter to this play place called Kids Empire, and there's a little slide that the slide has these little rollers, and you get on a glider and you like slide down the little rollers and stuff, right? And I just think it's so cool. I've always wanted to do it, and I never did it. Finally, I did it. I said, bump it. I'm going to do it. There was my friend, the one who's losing weight right now through her job. She was telling me a story about taking her kids to one of these play places. I want to say Urban Air maybe. And she was doing rock climbing. And another woman, a mom, saw her do it, and I think the other mom was plus size as well, and she got inspired by her, like, well, if she can do it, why can't I, kind of thing. And I had one of those moments because at Kids Empire, There was a woman who looked older than me. You know, mind you, I'm 42 years old. She looked like she was maybe in her 50s, could have been late 40s, but looked like she was maybe in her 50s. And she was a plus size woman, not quite as big as me, but you know, she was like a plus size older woman who was getting on the slides. You know, Kids Empire had these big slides and everything, and she was doing all this fun stuff. And that woman inspired me to get on the little slide thing, even though I don't know if she even got on that. She was getting on the like regular slides. I was getting on the roller slide thing that had a glider to it. And I don't think it's as, in fact, I'm pretty sure it's not as long as the slide that she was getting on. But watching this woman who was a little similar to me in terms of being not a kid and being plus size, it was like it gave me permission to enjoy myself. And just like watching plus size fashion, it definitely inspires me, motivates me to want to try more things and to embrace my body more. So, representation matters. You know, seeing someone do something that you're scared to do, it matters. It definitely is very inspiring. So, that was one cool thing I did last year. I'm not saying that's the only cool thing, but that stands out, and it was near the end of the year when I did it. The other thing that I did was when I was still a part of a traditional family unit with my ex, I had these fantasies that that we would take pictures with our kids. Because every year, just about, we take our kids to get their pictures taken at JCPenney Studios. And I was thinking, you know what, we should do a family portrait. You know, all four of us should do a little family portrait. Well, that was not to be. But what was me taking a picture with the kids. And I'm very proud of myself that I did, in fact, take two pictures with the children. And they weren't horrible. I expected them to be horrible. They weren't. They weren't like, you know, gorgeous on my part, but they were not bad, like compared to what they could have been, you know, because in my head, I'm thinking I'm going to look so horrible, but I still want to do this, but they actually weren't that bad. So yeah, I'm very glad I did that. And that was earlier this year. It was like January 3rd or January 4th when we did it. And it was a last minute thing. So it was really cool. So I'm glad that that worked out. Anyway, what else did I want to share? Oh, as far as non-scale victories that I'm looking forward to. So non-scale victory that I'm looking forward to. When I get down to 269.9, I have told myself I am going to start posting body shots. Now, on YouTube with a certain audience that I know, like, it's supportive and, you know, it's a weight loss based channel, so on and so forth. I don't mind showing my body, okay? I don't mind, okay? No problem. No problem. All right? Don't mind it at all. Sorry that the room is a mess, but yep. Probably can't see me that great. I'm not wearing my glasses, so it's hard for me to see, but you can see. Hi. Okay, but I don't mind. It's not a big deal to me. Okay, even show off my tummy anyway. But no, all kidding aside, I don't care on here. But on my social media, I'm going to be honest, it's embarrassing. It is. And I hate that it's like that, but it is. We live in a culture now where women in my age range and younger, a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us are scared to show flaws. And if we do, it's like we have to preface them. We have to apologize for them. Like, oh, this is me just being natural. And you just take the nicest natural picture of you that you can and stuff. And just, you know, because we don't want to be judged. We don't want to be ripped to shreds, so on and so forth, you know. Even if only by ourselves, you know, that we rip ourselves to shreds. Well, one of my goals, I love my body in the 260s. Like, I think I look good in the 260s. So when I get down to the 260s, even if it's 269.9 or 269.8, whatever, I want to post a body shot. So that's my goal, you know. Um, so that's my first non-scale victory that I like, major non-scale victory that I have for myself. I'm so sorry again, you guys. But yeah, that I have for myself over the coming handful of months, providing that I get to 269 point now. Now that sounds hypocritical because it's like it's a non-scale victory, but I just, yeah, there is a number attached to that non-scale victory, but I'm saying once I hit that number, I certainly want to start posting body shots, if that makes any sense. So yeah. What else? There's so much on my brain. I think I'm going to do one more message, and I appreciate you guys watching. Take care. Bye.